Hello, my name is Bissonnette, and I'm going to be explaining how to make a program in Java Eclipse that converts Eastern Standard Time input into the time of major cities around the world. So here's just the final product. You can see the times change according to what they are due to the time zones. This is the website that I use to find all the time zones, and the cities that I used are San Francisco, London, Moscow, and Tokyo, and they will be used in the demonstration. But you can pick any from around the world so long as the time zone number right here you get correct. So -7, but since we're starting from Eastern Standard Time, which is -5, all things would be based around that. So let's go into Eclipse, and this is the final code for the entire program. So first of all, we have to start a new Java project, and it'll take a little while to start up. So project name, I'll just put time zone clock 2 and finish. And then open this, go to source, file, new, other. And then you go down to window builder, swing designer, application window, next, and then name it. I'm just going to name it clock 2. Finish. Okay, and now we're going to go into design, because we don't need to mess with the code until later when we have to start adding actions. The computer's rather slow, so it will take a little while for everything to do as it's supposed to. So while this is doing that, I'll just show you. This is the final result. I will have to change this up here. We'll do all these labels, these input boxes, and lastly I'll show you how to make it a thumbnail as right here. And Eclipse is not working. And Eclipse is working again. Very finicky computer. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is pick a layout. So we're going to pick absolute layout and apply it. Then, after that, we'll take care of the label up here. So we're going to go to title and just type in city clock, hit OK. Now, back in here, we're going to put all the labels first. That way in the code it's all nice and neat. All the labels are by each other. So, new label, Eastern Standard Time. And I use Eastern Standard Time because this is the time zone I live in. And reason. It'll make it easier because when you have a time, if you're in Eastern Standard Time, you can just go down here and type in this. So you go over here, extend the box. That's that label. Now we're also going to need a label right here. That's going to be a colon, because the two text boxes, if you try and put a colon in, it'll mess up the program, or it'll just make it hard to deal with. So after that, I'm going to put a label for major cities, but also, if you remember, in my program I had hit enter in our input box, and this is because all the code is going to be inside the hour box that we will input a little later. So that's what's going to be doing the actions. So lastly, we need the labels for the cities. So San Francisco, London, Moscow, and lastly, Tokyo. I just picked several different cities all in different time zones, like at least a few time zones apart, just to show the basics of this program. You can use any city so long as later you use the right time zone number. Now that we have all these, we need to add text fields and then add the variables to the text fields. So this text field, you just leave empty right now. Click on it, go to text field over here. This is going to be text field hours. Now, text field here. Oh. And this is going to be text field min for minutes. I'm just going to resize this hours because the number is never going to go above 2 digits, so you don't need a super big box. Now after that, you just input some more text fields for each of these. That's going to be text field San F, because San Francisco is long and long variables get confusing since you have to type them out all the time. Okay, now this text field is going to be text field London. And as you can guess, this text field is going to be text field Moscow. And lastly, text field Tokyo. Now I'm just going to leave these as is and not change the size of them because I just want to get through the video. You can go through after and make it look nice. So now it's time to go and start the code. So you go up here to hours, hit right click, go to add event handler, action performed. When you click that, it comes down to here and it makes this right here. So you just make some spaces and save occasionally, so just Control S. Now we're going to need some variables, and since we're dealing with a clock, we only need integers because decimal numbers would be useless. So int hour for the hours, minutes, and then we need all of the city names also. So San F for San Francisco, London, Moscow, Tokyo, and then end with a semicolon to make it all good. Now, for this we need to try something, so what we do is type in try, as is appropriate, open that, and just close right here, add some spaces, just to make it easier. Now, try our equals integer dot parse int, and this is going to change, well actually, text field hours dot get text open close semicolon. And what this does is it gets the text from the text field hours, which we made right there, right before, in the past screen, and it makes it into an integer. Now, as you can imagine, we need to do the same thing with minutes. So copy, Control V for paste, and what we need to do here is change the name to minutes, still the same int, but then we just need to change this to min, and it doesn't matter that these are the same name because this is going to text field hours and text field min, while these are just other variable names. So save that. Now it's time to get to the meat of the program with the conversion of hours and such. So San F for San Francisco equals hour minus 3. That gets the conversion because it's 3 time zones to the left of Eastern Standard Time, so subtraction, and then mod 12. This will make sure that it can't go above 12. It'll always give a whole number, and then semicolon to end it, and then text field San F dot set text is San F plus open and close quotes colon plus min, and that will make it so that in the text field San F, which we have, it will set the text to the value of San F right here plus this, which is the colon for the time that you see here, and then it'll take the minutes and put them. We don't need to convert the minutes because the minutes don't change through the time zones. Now all the rest are going to be essentially the same as this, so you just copy, Control V, Control V, Control V for all our times, and you just change the variables first. So London, Moscow, Tokyo. Now, after this, first we need to change this right here. We need to change these to plus whatever number they are. So London is plus 5. Moscow is plus 8, and Tokyo is plus 14. Now, you may think we're done, but we have to go down here and change these text fields. So, text field London, set text to, you also have to change here so you have the right values. London. Then you just go through it again. But what I'm going to do is copy Control V, and this is one of the reasons why I use the same variable names as the text fields. The only difference is hours. So then, copy. I could Control C it, but I just like to right click. So, last is Control V, and then Control V. Now, for this, we need to make sure that we can catch any mistakes. So, catch exception E. This makes it so you can't put a word in here. So what we're going to do is exception E, and whenever it catches that, we're going to J option pane dot show message dialog null comma open. Please enter a valid number. And I accidentally clicked on my keyboard right there. Just double click this tab to get a full screen, and semicolon. Now, we're going to be copying this because we also need to make sure that they can't enter any numbers that we don't want. So we need to set an integer. I'm going to set it as hour 1 is equal to, and it's going to be the same as regular hour. Paste. And then if open hour 1 is greater than 12, or hour 1 is less than or equal to 0. It has to be equal to because you don't want to be able to put 0 in the time box because there's no 0 o'clock. Then this will happen. And that's why I copied this prior, even though I still had something else to copy. And this will make sure that Control Save, if you enter a word or you enter a number that you're not supposed to, that it will output this please enter a valid number, not nuber, number. So Control S, and let's just go back over. Here's hour, min, they're what they're supposed to be. SANF is with SANF, London, Moscow, Tokyo. Should be all set, so let's see if it works. Now here is what we have: city clock, Eastern Standard Time, hit enter, you just have to extend it. San Francisco, just have to extend it. Moscow, extend it. So let's just try with our time. So 9:09, and remember, you have to hit enter in the hour input space, or else it won't work. Oop. Seems there is an error in whatever we did. So let's figure it out. Now, what is wrong? Let's go to make sure our San F, London, Moscow, Tokyo, and while we're here, I will undo editable for each of these because you don't want to be able to edit these since it doesn't go backwards, so this just makes it nicer. Now hours, min. Probably has to do with these. Now I'm going to go to my original and see if I can find the problem from here. Okay, I found the problem in the code. What you have to do is there were those error messages by the J option pane, and if you click on them, it allows you to click on them, and then allows you to click on them and initialize them, which allows you to use them in your code. So that is the main reason that they weren't working, because it was not initialized. So let us try it again. And now you can see that these are not editable. It's different color from the final one, but let's input the time right here. So 9:14, go to the hour, input 6:14, 2:14, 5:14, 11:14. So the mod worked, and it made it so this thing can't go too high. So this is the program. Now lastly, I'm going to show you how to make it a thumbnail on your desktop. So you go to export, runnable jar file. Next, you have to go to launch configuration. Then you have to go to what you have. So what we have here is time zone clock 2, and we want to make sure we have the right name right here, clock 2. So finish. So minimize that. Clock 2 is right here. Let's run it. And let's try it again just to make sure it worked. So 9:15 this time. And there it is. Everything works. This is all.